isolated from the remainder of the contract.
I will take that up after the meeting with Chairman.
Alderman Winger?
Thank you. Now, I'm looking at the section on the memorandum where it says the account that's going to fund the 145,000. And I just want to make sure that account, is that the account of the monies that were either from, like, earmarked for the treatment plant? Is it the monies that are, whether it's the monies that we went out for bonds on, or it's the budgeted amount within the treatment plant? Or are we going outside in a whole other bucket of money, capital improvements or what have you?
It would be above and beyond the contract value that we have today. So this would authorize a contract to increase their contract value by $145,000.
Well, where is the money gonna come from? What fund?
I'll have to defer that question to the manager.
Okay.
Okay, Jeff, go.
Since Mr. Gals is going to defer to me, we'll just out of your salary, or no? No, we'd have to find another source, maybe some leftover money within the capital projects fund of any savings that we've had, or water sewer capital projects fund. It would have to be outside the current treatment plant money that was allocated.
Can I go on?
Yes, go ahead, Kirsten.
Why is that, especially since we're starting another phase? Can't we roll this into the next phase so then we can use monies, low interest loan, other monies that were earmarked for the plant versus other revenues?
I don't believe that we could do that because when we applied for the loan, we would not have included this scope in that application for loan for the next phase of the project. It's something that I could look into for you, but again, I think we gave them a specific scope that we were going to do, so we make application for that loan. We can't just add a garage on to our old house when we buy that. If you understand what I mean by that.
It seems like we should be able to amend it, so I guess if you could ask the question at least, can we
Certainly.
amend it? And then if we can, then I
Certainly.
believe it would be worthwhile. It is 100, it's a sizable amount of money.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Eugene?
On that, the question you asked to roll it into the low-interest loan, you cannot. We already approached that when we were down in Springfield. If we could add it on, once we put that lump sum in and we apply for it, that's it. Okay? Keep in mind, this 145 or whatever, we're looking at 145,000. If I ain't mistaken, I haven't got the last statement lately. There's about $80,000 in reserve right now from the savings, roughly 80,000. So I would assume that part of this wall price will come out of the 80,000 to take that 80,000 that we saved in the first phase
Right,
to go into the wall,
Right.
okay.
and then we would have to come up with whatever the difference is.
Right.
So it might not be 145,000, it may be less. There still may be some savings down the line. They still haven't finished phase one. Obviously, there's issues going on with the contractor now that we won't talk about. So I'm just saying, there's option there, so
Right.
it's gotta be done.
Right. Jeff?
Yeah, and that's what Alderman Wesley's referring to, is that credits debit sheet that you've seen in your packets before. Now, he's correct. There is around 80,000 right now. There could be 100,000 down the road. There could be 20,000 left down the road. You don't know, so don't count on that number completely to help pay for this. It could be zero. You could be paying for this all out of pocket. So while it could be available, don't count on it 100%.
Okay.
Did you have a question, Art? Alderman Woods?
Well, more a statement that the credits aren't, while they're credits to us, aren't necessarily a savings, and that some of the work still has to be done, just getting moved to. But I think the city manager covered it as that number could be 80 when we're done, 100, or it could be 0.
Right, but I think
I'll
this
just
wall,
leave it at that.
yeah, I think this wall is necessary. So on that, I'd like to call a vote, please. Didn't we make a motion?
Mhm.
Thought you,
Motion.
She's got it.
It was
Said
Woods
yes.
and then
She said yes.
Catalano second.
right.
Okay, Alderman Lazara?
Would a motion or, add one thing in there, if we could get it into a separate contract and not an original contract that we got here? You know, it's a change order. I
Right.
want a separate contract.
So instead of a change order, we want a separate contract?
Do,
Yeah, go ahead, Art.
Technically and legally, being in the contracting business, I don't know that we could do that. There's a prime contractor already in contract in place. You can't start another one. I know what you're asking for, but,
So it would have
and
to
I know
remain
why.
as
I think
change
that
order.
this is the only way we do it, and if we brought the attorney in,
I-
I'm sure
you know
he'd
what?
agree with me.
I don't have a discussion out here.
Okay,
I
so let's,
guess- yeah.
right, let's take a roll, please. Or,
Alderman Lazara?
yes,
Alderman Jacob?
Yes.
Alderman Winger?
Yes.
Alderman Catalano?
Yes.
Alderman Roy Wesley?
Yes.
Alderman Woods?
Yes.
Alderman Eugene Wesley?
No.
that passes. Report and recommendation, proposal for RJN for the Area 1 and 2 sanitary sewer design and the not to exceed amount of $14,956. Rich, would you like to?
in an ongoing effort to improve our sanitary system, we have been working with RJN to do some evaluation of that system. The way this process works with their agreement is that they do an analysis of an area. Then when they determine if there's a defect, then they design the area, and then we send that out for bid for the remedy. As you recall, In Situ Form is in town executing one part of that remedy. This next part of it is to look at specific sanitary structures, as you can see listed in their proposal to us, to redesign those, send them out to bid, get the bids for us, and then go ahead and manage the process of constructing those remedies. So tonight in front of you is a proposal for $14,965 to execute the next step in the process to improve our sanitary system.
Go ahead, Alderman.
I make that informal motion for
Okay, do I have a second?
Second.
Okay, roll call, please.
Alderman Lazara?
Yes?
Alderman Jacob?
Yes.
Alderman Winger?
Yes.
Alderman Catalano?
Yes.
Alderman Roy Wesley? Alderman Woods?
Yes.
Alderman Eugene Wesley?
Yes.
That passes. Okay, items to be considered at future meetings, Emerald Ash Borer, August 22nd. Anyone else have? Alderman Wesley?
I will ask that, again, I will ask today on the dais here that I get a copy of everything that's going on at that treatment plant that I have asked for before. When I was chairman, I had no problem getting copies of everything. This seems like all the stuff that's going on now, since I started that project, I have asked for copies of everything that's coming out of those meetings and everything, and I still have not received that. So I will be asking again, public meeting, that I get copies of everything.
Okay.
Any memos or anything.
Anyone have any problem with that, Rich?
No. If you got specific requests, send them on over to me and I'll get you what you need.
I did ask you for a request, and I'd never received that letter.
Okay,
Yes.
we're going to take that.
Okay.
And I have a motion to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Meeting adjourned.